Hi, it's Maddie again. I was just here. Although for you, it may have been literally any amount of time since you watched the last video and when you're watching now, or even it might be the unthinkable scenario that you didn't watch the last video, uh, and this is your first video, or you watched a video that doesn't even exist yet, that I haven't even made or conceived of yet, and then somehow you made your way to here. Your years, maybe decades in the future, uh, coming from a world that doesn't exist, uh, looking through the past of a person that doesn't yet exist to look back at a person who will, at the time you're viewing this, no longer exist. It's just crazy, man. Hi. Anyway, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so silly. Um, I think that I should probably say more of like what I'm doing here instead of rambling with complete like stream of thought for what turns out to be an entire solid half hour. Hi. Okay. So I'm doing a thing here. Did I mention that I'm doing a thing here? I'm a musician. I decided that I would make this second channel. I have been thinking about it for a long, 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 long time. But I have had so many reasons why I didn't do this, which I was going to get to last time, but sort of got sidetracked. Please forgive me. Um, what are the reasons that I haven't done that? So, like, as it relates to YouTube, I was very caught between okay, should I make them two different channels or one channel? Because on one channel, I'm gonna have my music and like my music content. On the second channel, I have a lot of things to say. I just like want to talk about some stuff. Maybe moving more towards like video essay type content. I've done that before in a past life. Um, I do find some inspiration in some creators on YouTube. Um, but I'm not trying to be the next ContraPoints necessarily. I mean I mean kind of, but in the sense of like having a big audience and like having like a really distinct like you know awesome aesthetic and putting out really interesting stuff, but like not aesthetically. I've got like a different thing going on there. Also, I'm not going to be talking about the same things that she is for the most part. um so yeah, music and then like me talking. And so I decided to name this channel Maddie Lobotomy Gets Better, because I think that is, in a way, sort of what I'm working towards with this. So I don't just make music or like put things out into the world like just to have fun. Not that that's not a valid reason, but it's like not a reason that I just would allow myself like to devote my life to if it was just for fun. Because there's something deeply wrong with me that I don't know how to exist if I'm not being useful or productive. But we don't have time to unpack that right now. So and like I genuinely, like I have a genuine desire to bring value to people. Value seems like a weird uh, word to use there, but it's true. Like wisdom, some kind of insight about the human condition. I think I can provide. I am also providing entertainment with like just the way that I talk. I've been told that people like the way that I talk, and could just listen to me do that no matter what I was talking about, and that's cool and all, but I need it to be about something to um, allay this ever-present doubt that I'm not doing enough about anything. I didn't really mean for it to touch on these deep topics this early in the video, this early into the channel, but we're kind of here. Um, Swerving off of that a little bit. So YouTube just started this feature where you can do collabs, like between channels. And that's really cool because those have already existed, but now it's like it's recommended in both your feeds and it's like tied together. But something very cool about it, as it pertains to me, is that you can collab basically with yourself. If you have two channels, you can have a video come out and it's like by both of you and it's on both of your channels, which is very, very good for what I want to do. So I decided, you know what, that's a good enough reason. And I've thought about starting this so many times. I recorded videos and just like not uploaded them. And I've had whatever reason, I felt like this whole career thing, I feel like I need to be more prepared. Like I need to have more stuff in order. I need to like, I'm just not prepared yet. I've been in a mode for the last maybe 5 years, maybe a bit less, but like several years now where I'm like, I'm preparing. Like I have this next stage of my life and I'm putting together sort of a salient vision of what I want to do, who I want to be, where I like want to go, um, metaphorically, what I want to accomplish, and here are all like the skill sets that I need to do that, and I've been working on them, and it's coming along, but frankly, I'm getting impatient, and I've had this sense for years that this sort of like pushing and pulling between like, I'm not quite ready yet. Like, just like, let me get ready. And like, do it. Like, I need to put something out there. I need to start. And I've sort of been back and forth. And this, I, I think this will be good for me. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna like this. I'm just gonna talk at the camera. I'm not gonna do fancy editing because that kept me, right? I just realized my camera is sort of askew. Oh man, that's gonna bother me. Whatever. Fuck it, we ball. What was I saying? What was I saying? Please type in the comments if you know what I was saying. Um, oh yeah, I think this will be good for me because I was thinking for a while like, oh, I'll do video essays and like I want to have like a certain aesthetic. I want it to be like a really like cogent, like high production value style. And I think I should not start with that. I would love to get to that point, but it's so much simpler and it's so much more doable for me for many reasons to just talk at a camera. And I think that I am a compelling enough speaker, or I guess entertaining enough that people will watch it. Or they won't, which is honestly not the worst thing in the world. What matters most to me is that I'm doing something. I'm making something, I'm putting it out there instead of having a million reasons why I don't. So to expound more upon the reasons why I haven't done this, in no particular order. So I'm queer. I'm a trans a gender woman, or something like that. um, and it's tricky to be that on the internet in public. Um, Especially because I lean into my masculine qualities. I really am like a butch lesbian in in a trans woman's body. Like, I think if I were born uh, assigned female at birth, I would still I would come to this place. Like, I would still be gender non-conforming. Like, I'm literally, I'm wearing like the plaid right now. I have boobs, I swear. You can't really tell them because I have a sports bra on. But I do. Um and so yeah, I'm like a little bit afraid to put myself out there. A lot of that has to do with my voice. I kind of go back and forth on voice training. Like, what do I really? It's sort of the same thing that I have with my music. Like, I have some ideas about what I might want, but they're a little bit conflicting. They might not necessarily go together. And I don't know. I haven't been able to make a decision because I have a more femme voice. I'm doing it now. If you can tell, where and you just, ladies, you just raise your larynx a little bit and you like change the resonance. I don't know that my if I'm not thinking about doing this, if it I don't know if it sounds super masculine, like a man, like a cis man. I think it sounds um I don't know. I think over the years, my quote unquote like natural voice, quote unquote, if I mean there isn't really such a thing, but my voice when I'm not thinking consciously about um, having more feminine resonance has still tended towards more in that direction. But I like having a low voice. Um,
I don't want to sound up here.
or something that would necessarily that might like help me pass more on the phone. I like a more like sultry and yeah, like sort of a husky tone. That's something that comes out in my speaking voice a lot and comes out in my singing voice literally all the time. And I think it works for me. Gender presentation wise, it's a little like, I don't know. I just don't know what the reaction to it will be outside of queer spaces. I also really do not want to be like a trans channel. My whole project is like not about that. I mean, I have some things to say about genre, but that's not what I want this to be about. I happen to be a trans woman. Um, I happen to be transgender. I happen to be a lesbian. I happen to be queer. That's not the most interesting thing about me. Um, it's not what I want to talk about. It's not what I want my art, my output to be about for the most part, right? Um, I'm interested in like spirituality and I'm interested in just like the psyche, the life of the mind, um, and all sorts of touchy feely shit like that. I'm interested in getting better because I am always aspiring to be better. I'm always I'm always like working on a skill. Life to me is very much a process of skill building. So if I'm cooking, it's like I want to like be better at cooking. Like how am I learning in this moment? If I'm Obviously, if I'm making music, if I'm practicing, I do that a lot. I do that every day, so I'm thinking about that. Um, with like my vocal, like just speaking tone resonance, that's something that I'm thinking about. But I also like meditate and I try to be mindful. So even just as I'm going about my day, I'm like, oh, I should really try to work on like being more mindful right now. So there's like literally every second of my day I'm trying to work on something, which is like cool and it leads to results. It does lead to me getting better at things. Um Thus the name of the channel. It is sometimes it's tiring, um, but just put a pin in that. I don't want to go super into that in this video because I could probably talk about that at great length another time. So just back to reasons why I haven't done this. So the whole like, is it going to take away from the music? Because you don't want to, what you don't want to do is have like a channel that is like, sometimes it's your songs and sometimes it's you talking, and the audiences for those two things might be completely different. And more importantly, the algorithm is not going to know who to recommend you to because they'll want to recommend your music content to people with similar music tastes, but they will want to recommend your talking content to people with similar talking tastes. Um, so yeah, that's a thing. The whole like, I'm queer is a thing. What else is a thing? Oh yeah, and I'm like, so I'm getting FFS in a couple months. They're gonna they're gonna fuck me up basically. They're gonna do a whole bunch of shit, and it's very cool, and it's gonna be a good day for me. But then I'm gonna like, I've been thinking for a while that I would just wait until after that, and I don't know that it would have been a bad idea to if I did wait, but we're here now. We're doing it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We're rolling. Um, it is gonna be weird when my face is very swollen for like probably months afterward. I'm not sure if or what it will do, how it will impact my ability to speak. We will cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. Um, what else? Yeah, I've just felt in many ways like I need to be more prepared. Like I need to be able to play guitar better. I need to be able to play piano better. I need to be able to sing better. I need to be able to create content better. I need to be able to video edit better. I need to be able to like handle the stress of social media better. I need to be able to like this, that, and the other things. I need to be able to like organize my life better. And it's like all these like skills and meta skills I'm working on. I'm working on being more organized and like more clean around the house, more conscientious, like just being on top of things. It's really important to me, but it's also like I can't put this off forever. And there is such a thing as rising to the occasion that this is going to be a lot to put on my plate potentially if I really like lean into, I'm sorry, I don't know what to call it other than making content in this context. If I really lean into like making content, that's going to be another thing on my plate, and I might have a lot to juggle. Um, but I think it's probably better. I think you will probably learn better if you take a little more on than you can handle, and then you will expand your capabilities to be able to handle it. You will you'll rise to the occasion, and I've experienced myself going through that. I've been through some horrific shit in my life, some brutal struggles, not like in a pity party way, just like you know, I've been through it, and I am so thankful for it because it showed me that I could be so much stronger, so much more resilient and resourceful than I ever thought possible. So maybe, Maddie, you should get out of your frickin' comfort zone and just do it. Jump into the water before someone pushes you. Go straight in the deep end and just maybe not the deep end. I'm saying it now, and I'm like you see me backing off from it, like, well, maybe we'll just put this one video out and then we won't touch it again, or we will, but whenever. Um, yeah, I mean those are like basically the same reasons. Um, I've also been worried about I'm just so worried about it. I'm just so worried about like it's the algorithm seems so uh such a fickle beast. And you have to have momentum and you have to have consistency and it just like takes more and more of you and it becomes like your livelihood and like that's great as far as it being your livelihood, but I am afraid of biting off more than I can chew and not being prepared for it. What I was saying is that, you know, maybe by biting off more than I can chew is like I will become more prepared for it, and it might be the only way in which I become more prepared for it. Um, but the counterpoint to that is, what if I don't? What if I'm truly not ready? I guess we'll see. That seems like a good place to end the video. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.